This is Invest Now America. Just wanted to take a few minutes here to talk about black youth and wealth building. There are some amazing black youth, young black folk out there who are teaching us old farts like me and young folks like them how to build wealth. Folks, they are the new leadership, the new visionaries within our community, within the national black community. I'm sorry, the NAACP and the Urban League, they need to shut up and shut down. We need new leadership, new visionaries. And this new leadership, new visionaries is coming up. It's coming up. Go to Google search, Yahoo search, put in there YouTube, and then put in YouTube, and then put beside it Wall Street Trapper. Go to YouTube, put in their search engine, youtube.com, put in their search engine, Wall Street Trapper. You need to be listening to that, brother, more than you need to be listening to these knuckleheads with the National Urban League. They ain't saying nothing. National Urban League ain't saying nothing. Wall Street Trapper. You listen to what that brother's doing and you put into practice just half of what that brother's teaching. It would change your financial future for the better. You would start building black family wealth, generational wealth. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen, and you're going to be in control of it. Tell you who else you need to look up. Go to youtube.com, put in their search engine, or you go to Google or Yahoo, put in their search engine. Go to Google or Yahoo, put in YouTube, then Wall Street Trapper. Another person you should put in Black Girl Stocks. Go to youtube.com, put in Black Girl Stocks. You need to be checking that sister out, what she's saying. Need to be checking her out. Another person you need to be checking, another group, two young black men you should be checking out is called Earn Your Leisure. Leisure. Earn Your Leisure. Man, they have all sorts of brilliant black economic thinkers coming on there. I mean, it's ridiculous the type of people they have on there and the number of people they have on there. I mean, their whole channel is just fantastic. Then you want to put in there Dr. Boyce Watkins. He's from Kentucky, actually. Proud to say that. He's from Kentucky. Don't agree with a lot of his politics, but as far as his teaching folk about building wealth, starting businesses, entrepreneurship, he's on it. He's on it. You better be listening to him. He's on it. I just don't have anything more for these NAACP and National Urban League, and I just don't have it. They keep saying to us as a people that we're not capable of doing for self. We are doing for self. Not only are we capable of doing for self, but we have to do for self. It's just reached the point we need to stop. Here it is, bottom line. The United States government, the federal government, is not my daddy and not my savior. Period. That's it. I don't care if you're a black liberal, you're black conservative. We need to come together on at least that one principle. The United States government, the federal government, is not my daddy, not my savior. Here's the other principle we need to come around. Us black folk can do for self. We can do for self. That doesn't mean, if some white group, philanthropists, business, they say, hey, we'd like to help you. Sure, help. You can't control. But if you want to contribute, you want to help, hey, no problem. You do that. But the bottom line is, us black folks, we need to take the initiative. We need to do for self. Now, look, I'm a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. But I have a lot of respect for the Nation of Islam when it was under the leadership of Elijah Muhammad. I think they refer to him as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I think he coined the phrase, do for self. You should do some research on that. Do some research on that phrase, what he fully means with that phrase and how he developed it and things like that. And then do your research about the economic and business accomplishments of the Nation of Islam under his leadership. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Now, that doesn't say there weren't some problems, some contradictions within the Nation of Islam. There was. But overall, man, their economic accomplishments, business accomplishments, it was rather spectacular, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't think Elijah Muhammad got out of 8th grade. But you need to check that out. You need some research. One day I'm going to recommend a couple of books that you can buy. But look, Nation of Islam, that's not the only organization that's, that just said, hey, U.S. government's not my daddy, it's not my savior, and I need to do for self. There are a lot of other black folk, black individuals, couples, families, who took that attitude and see where they're at today. And we have too many, we're hearing from too many of these black radicals, these black folks who hate white folks, they hate white America, they hate Western culture. They want to talk some crazy stuff about gender pronouns and all that kind of stuff. Man, shut up. Just shut up. That's ridiculous. When we can sit around as black folk and know more about this whole gender, transgender nonsense, and yet we cannot identify no more maybe 2 or 3 publicly traded black companies, there's something wrong. If we know all this other nonsense that's basically advocating pedophilia, but we ain't got enough black folk like Donna Jackson who can step up and say, yeah, if you're a black company, you want to go public, you want to get on the New York Stock Exchange, oh yeah, I can show you the steps you need to take. We got black entrepreneurs out there busting it, really busting it every day. But they couldn't tell you, well, how can I go public? How can I go public? We need people like, we need to know about people like, Donna Jackson we can go to and say, hey, sis, this brother over here, this sister over here, they want to go public. And Donna Jackson say, oh, okay, we can talk about that. Here's my fee, whatever. But it can be done. We need to stop listening to all these knuckleheads. The only thing they want to keep talking to us about is what the government's going to do for us. No. Let's start talking about what we can do for ourselves. I think one time Ice Cube, he got into some sort of controversy. Ice Cube was saying, I think basically he was saying, if I got this wrong, please correct me. But my understanding is that Ice Cube was saying black folk need to talk to the Democrats and the Republicans. They need to talk with both. And they need to approach them with, this is our agenda. Now, Democrats, what's your response? Republicans, what's your response? And people got so upset with Ice Cube over that. Man, what's wrong with that? Oh, the Republicans, they're racist. Excuse me? Really? Oh, okay. So the Democrats aren't. Don't be stupid, people. Really. Don't leave your critical thinking skills outside the house. It's dumb. I don't like Ice Cube's music. And I think his movies have been fair. Friday was pretty good. It's pretty funny. And I really don't agree with a lot of Ice Cube's politics. But he made perfect sense. Talk to this party, talk to this party, see what they have to offer. It just seemed to me common sense. And I supported that 100%. I supported Ice Cube's. It's just common sense. But we have so many black folk, man. If you so much as look at the Republican Party or study the reality of conservative politics and how conservative politics has been in existence in the black community, it goes back decades. Are you serious? It goes back decades. Oh, those white leftists, they go nuts. It's like, Massa ain't going to like y'all doing that. Massa ain't gonna like y'all doing that. Got these Negroes running around here in these daggone dashikis on these black studies programs, and they couldn't give you 3 minutes of intelligent discussion about conservative politics, about the free enterprise system. Yeah, and they couldn't. They'd be incapable of doing it. But anyway, I started doing this podcast, I wanted to say to folks, black and white, we got some young black minds. Man, they're putting me to shame. These young brothers and sisters, they're doing it. They're putting out some serious information, some serious teaching. I mean, they are really doing it. Wall Street Trapper, Black Girl Stocks, Earn Your Leisure, Dr. Boyce Watkins, even though he's pretty much in my age group, but man, that brother's cutting edge. He's cutting edge, no doubt about it. We really need to listen to him. And I should probably throw in there too, Dr. Claude Anderson. I don't agree with a lot of what Dr. Claude Anderson says, but I have a lot of respect for him. Need to do more study of the economic accomplishments of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Booker T. Washington. A lot of times people talk about W. Du Bois. Hey, you know what? Who approached who for a job? Yeah, Du Bois approached Booker T. Washington asking him for a job. And Booker T said, yeah, sure, I'll give you a job. Now, what do we need more of in the black community? Job takers or job makers? This is Invest Now America.